Hi, Faris. This is Eirini from Eirini Mo Asks. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Nice
And
to meet you.
so I watched the film, and I have to say, it's got a lot of things going on for sure. I
Yeah.
watched it this morning, and it wasn't a morning film for me to watch either.
Oh, shit. You watched it this morning. Okay. Isn't it very early where you are?
I'm in New York, so it's
Oh,
almost 2
okay.
o'clock.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it wasn't a morning film, maybe. I don't know. Or
It
maybe, sometimes it's just nice to watch something when you're not supposed to.
it woke me up,
Also.
that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Yeah,
very interesting to watch for sure.
yeah,
And I could see all the
yeah,
themes that were coming out, your
yeah,
role in it. And it was really, it kept me off my toes. And I really, really enjoyed watching it for sure.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I know it's been the official selection for the 98th Academy Awards for Sweden.
Yeah.
And I read it's part of a trilogy, but is that the end of the trilogy?
Yes, I would say it's the end of the trilogy. It's not the end of Tarek's and myself's collaboration. But we've got more stories to tell, but it's the end of that trilogy for sure. With
Okay.
that with that certain theme, you know,
Okay.
which
So
is in a way you would say kind of like corruption and some part of government in a way.
would you like to give us some details of the film for the people that
Yeah,
haven't watched
sure.
it yet?
So it's like this high intense political thriller about this very famous Egyptian actor that basically gets forced to do a propaganda film about the sitting president in Egypt, and he really doesn't want to do it, but he gets forced to do it, and after a while, he kind of like starts getting involved with someone that he shouldn't get involved with, and also becoming a little bit too too much of a friend with people that he doesn't want to be friends with because he knows that a favor is going to cost you something here. And it's kind of like, in a way, it's like selling your soul to the devil. And he realizes that very slowly because his own persona, which is a little bit narcissistic, comes in like in between in the beginning at least. Yeah.
How difficult was it to play George? Or is he close to you? Do you have some aspects of your personality that you could portray onto George?
I don't know. I'm not really because uh, and the first time I read the script, I told the Tarek, the director, that it's really it's going to be challenging because when I read the script and I get to know the character in the beginning, I don't really like him, because he's like lying to people around him, especially the ones close to him. Like there's a scene with his son in the beginning but then you bring some charm into the character and you make him a little bit more human. Like he has some problems that everybody can relate to. One of the scenes being like going to the pharmacy, having to buy some Viagra,
That
which
was
makes
so
it,
funny.
yeah, exactly. So it makes him, you start to kind of start liking that guy, and also because he is a good. I decided very early on when I spoke to Tariq, so I know he's an Egyptian actor, and he's kind of like that could mean anything. He's very famous, so it could be like he could be just like this comedy guy or an action star, but is he a good actor? So we decided that to make him a good actor. And because of that, he was kind of like defending his profession. So when he gets forced to do this film, he still want to make something good out of it. And that was also very interesting. It gave him a little bit more layers because in the scenes that he was doing something of a propaganda in the film, and he really has to believe in it. So it gets to him. There's one scene where when he's in a car and there's like a train uh, uh, going next to him with a bunch of people screaming like freedom, 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 and he kind of likes that feeling of being, a larger than life person. So he becomes someone in a way in that scene that he himself didn't want to really portray in the beginning. So it makes it very interesting and multi-layered in that way.
Hmm. And what was the political aspect you would say about the film?
Well, that's being like, people with power, like kind of like abusing power. Exactly what's going on in the US right now. You got like some military guy abusing his power and the president that's kind of like not doesn't care about anything but his word. So, or anybody. So, this is what the film is about. Put someone in power and they're gonna start abusing it.
And the role of women in the film, because I could see, like, obviously they're not free at all,
No,
really.
because it's in that world, being in that world, it still comes with a challenge. Of course, a huge challenge being a woman, and I mean, it's there, uh, like you could see, and I mean, he's trying. He tried to do we don't want to spoil too much of the film, but he tried to kind of like, I think his relationship to women in that sense are because there are so many women around him. He's got like his best friend, the one that he cares a lot about. He tries to save her, and he also tries to save the one that he gets involved with. He's not being very nice to his girlfriend in a way,
Mhm.
but at the same time, he tries to get her a job at one point and stuff. Yeah,
And what about your relationship with Tarek? Obviously, I've heard him say that you're his best friend, and I've heard you say
yes,
that he's your best friend. So
yeah.
how was that working with best friends in essence? Do you have the freedom to do what you felt you should be doing in certain scenes? And was he the one that could say, well, actually, I think we should do it this way? How did that work out with both of you?
Well, we have a great collaboration actually, and it starts with the idea. Like when he comes with an idea to me, it's and that eventually is developed into a script. Being involved very early on, and then I ask so many questions before we start shooting. When we shoot, it's more about a collaboration, about we're doing something together. So we attack the scene always in a sense like, all right, so how are we going to do this? What's the best way of doing what we want here? So it's a very smooth collaboration, and being best friends. There's no like he doesn't have to tap me on my shoulder or do any of that stuff. It's kind of like, no, no, that doesn't work, do that. And I would be like, are you sure we shouldn't we go there instead? And it's very easy. Like there are no hard uh, also at the same time, like we were hanging out. Now we both have families, and of course, we don't hang out as much as we used to. And now when we make films, we're hanging out all the time, which is like, that's also great in a way. So,
How did that relationship start?
well, it started. I was doing a play, and Tariq had he made a documentary about Guantanamo, the prison Guantanamo.
Mhm.
So and the play was about. I was playing a guy. His brother was being sent to Guantanamo, and Tarek was there. The director brought him in to kind of like talk about Guantanamo because he had been there. So talk about how it was, and so after that. We started talking and we kind of like connected in a way. And funny enough, I was like in LA watching a film and I saw someone in front of me because this play was in Stockholm and I saw someone in front of me. I was like, no, it can't be. I was like, Tariq, and he just turned around. I was like, what are you doing here in LA? Wow. So I was like, yeah, we're celebrating Christmas with a few friends. If you don't have anything to do, you should come and join. And then we became just really good friends and best friends after that. And this was
Hmm.
like 2005.
Oh, wow, wow, okay. Oh, that's good. That relationship lasted
Yeah.
and it's going strong. That's really good.
Yes,
And
yes.
and are you planning to do anything else together again?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, like in the beginning, like the trilogy, this is it for the trilogy, but
Hmm.
our collaboration is like definitely not. We are discussing 4 or 5 different ideas, so there will be something else coming up in the future.
Okay, okay, great. That sounds great. So with regards to George for the film, what I when I watched it, I felt that he was kind of an actor of old European cinema. You know what
Yes.
I mean? That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how I felt you portrayed him. I'm not sure whether you wanted to portray him like that, but that's what I perceived.
Well, I based him. I mean, the looks and the way that his persona on Marcello Mastroianni
Oh yeah, yeah.
and Alain Delon, maybe. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely that. So that, yeah, yeah, it's that's a. I'm happy that you're saying it because that was the way I wanted to go with the character.
And you did because I could feel it, and especially the
Yeah,
walk. I felt the walk was very much,
exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
these
Okay.
guys, they walked in a different way and they behaved differently. Their
Yeah.
persona on stage was kind of like the same as outside. It was like the same in a way. They weren't doing any characters. They were more just uh, personas with like larger than life people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they kept it in front of the camera and also behind the camera.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I could feel. I could. Yeah. I could see that in your character for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
And the comedic side of it. I mean, obviously, the pharmacy scene was hilarious. What was the
yeah.
reason that the director or you or the film wanted to bring some parts that were comedic into the film because it's a serious film?
Yeah, I know, but at the same like that's you want to make some if you're doing a film about a guy that you want someone to kind of like follow and start living his life and feeling what he's feeling. It makes him more human. And as humans, we are not, we're in so many different situations in life. Like not everything is serious because we have also like small problems. We have small problems and we have big problems. It makes it so much more layered and more relatable and also more believable. So that's why those scenes in the beginning especially in the beginning, because after a while he just gets so involved and it gets it heavies down on his shoulder like everything that's going on around him that he doesn't have any time for anything else. But when you get to know the character, it makes him more human, and especially if you get a laugh, because you start liking someone, and that's what you want with the character.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, you do like him, especially after the pharmacy scene. You feel a bit bad for him as well
Yes,
because he doesn't
yeah,
want to be recognized for what he's asking. So
exactly.
the movie, what are the actual themes or messages that it wants to bring out?
Well, that's we have to be careful with who we vote for, basically. Otherwise, you never know when someone's going to abuse their power. Like I said, it's like kind of like happening in the US right now, even. I mean, it happens everywhere. It's not just about, as obvious, and it is in this film. Corruption could be anywhere, even it's in Sweden, it's in Egypt, it's in the US, it's everywhere. We just have to be careful.
Hmm.
Uh, and uh, and try to do something about it before it's too late.
Hmm.
Or at least learn something from it.
Yeah, and take it away, I guess.
Yeah.
The film has been in Cannes. So what are the next steps for this film after Cannes? Because it was in Cannes in 2025.
Yeah, it was in Cannes in 2025, so now it's premiering in the US. I hope people will go to the movies. It's premiering. It's April 17. And I hope people will just go to the movies and watch it because it's so good. Watching a film about movie making in the theater is just, it's great. It's also premiering some other places. I think it's premiering in England because it's already been shown in France and Sweden and some other European countries as well. So I hope movies like this will live on forever. It's like and people will come back to it, and it's nice because it's part of a trilogy. So yeah, let's start with people go watching it in the US in the movies, and
Is it
we'll
done
take
with
it
the
from there.
festival rounds now? Is it completely done
I
with the
think
festival
so. Yeah,
rounds?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And for you, are there any directors apart from Tariq that you would like to work with, or any specific films that you would like to do that you think, oh, I would really like to be that action character, for example?
Oh, well, as I mean, any complex character is great, but of course there are like, some directors that I would love to work with. Jacques Audiard, French director, Paul Thomas Anderson, Nolan, you know. There are a few out there, and it would be great to just keep getting those interesting scripts actually, and just stay on track, and just more or less just be able to keep doing what I'm doing right now.
And would you say your base is Sweden, or is it anywhere as an actor? Because,
Uh, I mean, I live in Sweden, but I
mm,
work everywhere.
hmm okay.
I've worked like in all the markets more or less, but I am based in Sweden. I live here,
Where in Sweden?
Stockholm.
Okay, okay. The center of everything. I love Stockholm. So
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. It's great.
And do you want to tell our audience lastly, what is your next project that they will actually see you? Not the ones that you have on script, but something that you're actually working on now or that's coming out
Yes.
soon.
So I have a movie coming out, and that would probably do a little bit of. It's a great film, also a Swedish film, but it's gonna do a round of festivals before that. But it's premiering in Sweden in the fall. And also, I have an original miniseries for Netflix that's going to come out at the same time everywhere in the world. It's a Swedish-British one, and it's coming out at some point in the fall on Netflix. So that's probably the next thing, the two next thing you would be able to watch me.
Are you able to say the names of them?
Yeah, I don't know the English name for the film. It's going to be Archipelage.
Oh,
Which is
Archipelago.
archipelago.
Archipelago, yeah.
So the Swedish name is archipelage, which translated is archipelago. But I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be the English title.
hmm
Uh,
It's a Greek word, so I know it.
exactly. And the other film was I can't. What was it?
The
Uh,
Netflix one that you said.
yeah, the Netflix one is going to be called. I just have to. Uh, see this. So I think it has an English. Uh,
So exciting. You have so many things. That's really good.
yeah,
It's good when you know your work is valued and you get
exactly.
offers. So as an actor, that's the best thing, really.
Exactly. No, it's nice uh, doing that. Of course, I can't find the name for it now. The English name, but it's based on a book, and it was about two couples. It's like a very interesting thriller.
Okay.
Yeah. There hasn't been any press release for it yet, so that's why it's kind of like, uh, yeah, I can't find it right now. But
We'll keep an eye on it anyway. We'll keep an eye
yes,
on you
yes,
on IMDb so we can see what is
exactly. It'll
actually
come
what's
out on
happening.
IMDb very soon.
And for everybody having Netflix, we know it's going to come out there.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original, so it's gonna come out. So,
So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking to me and for
of
sharing
course,
the background of the movie and what you're planning to do next. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye.